All right, welcome everybody to episode 58 of Reach for the Firefighter Badge. Steve Prziborowski here, and we're going to talk more about tips for the newly hired firefighter to ensure success. As a reminder, my two websites have a lot of great free information on there to help you be the best you can be as a future or current firefighter. Also, these webinars are based on two of the books I've had published, some great resources also available off of my two websites. So, as I mentioned in the previous episode, this was based on an article that I wrote for Firehouse Magazine, found on my website, titled 14 Tips for the New Firefighter to Start Off on the Right Foot, because as they say, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And just because you're hired and you make it through the Recruit Academy does not mean you're going to make it through the probationary period. There are some people that also get released during probation. So try to do what you can to prove to the department that they made the right choice the first time. So, some other tips here for the new firefighter. When the bell goes off, be the first on the rig, ready to go, and in full PPE. Now, typically, if we have a medical call, it's pretty easy. You're just wearing your station uniform. Your gloves are usually in the rig, so you got your gloves, your mask. You don't have to really put any PPE on, personal protective equipment. If you're going to a structure fire or a maybe vehicle rescue, something else that's related, fire related, you're probably going to put your turnout pants on, turnout boots, as well as your turnout coat, maybe your Nomex hood. Obviously, you don't wear your helmet typically in a rig. You don't wear your SCBA typically in a rig, but you at least get dressed up quick. Now, to put your turnout, well, let's start back. You should be able to immediately, with your turnout, say, boots and pants and coat next to you, in 60 seconds or less, you should be able to immediately take your station boots off, jump into your turnout pants, pull the turnout pants up, secure them, get your turnout coat on, get your Nomex hood on, get it secured up there, 60 seconds or less. And if you can't do that, practice. And I know a lot of departments that do practice that, so take the time to practice it, because if you can't get that stuff on in 60 seconds or less, you're gonna be left behind. Don't wanna be that person. But anyway, you should get your stuff on and then get your butt in the rig, get yourself seat belted, and then wait to go. You don't wanna be the last one on the rig. So don't run to the rig. Just like I mentioned previously, don't run when the phone goes off at the station or run when the doorbell goes off. But when that bell goes off and you're dispatched, attention engine 3, nice, safe, expeditious walk. I mean, not running and pushing people aside and injuring yourself or putting yourself in harm's way or others, but get your butt to the rig and get your gear on. Time to rock. Also, offer your assistance to others to get things done. So, a good phrase here, when one works, all should be working as a team. Remember that. This is something I remember hearing one of our mutual aid deployments a couple of years ago. We sent out a strike team, which is 5 engines, 4 people on each. So 5 times 4 is 20 people, plus a strike team leader in the battalion chief vehicle and a strike team leader trainee. So a total of 22 personnel that went out. And they're deployed for a couple weeks. So they work 24 hours on, 24 hours off. They're getting their butts kicked. They're working hard. Well, I remember one of the rookies at the time apparently wasn't part of the team, meaning the crew got off duty at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, when you're deployed to a wildland fire, when I say you're on 24 and off 24, when you're off 24, you don't go back to the firehouse, which is 5 hours away. You may go to a motel if there's one available and they've assigned to that to you, or you may go to a campground just to be off for your 24-hour period. And 24 hours off is not 24 hours off. Because you think about it, 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe you get relieved by the incoming crew that was off previously the day before. Well, then you don't go right to sleep. You make sure you got to fuel your rig up, make sure you clean your rig and all the tools that got dirty for the last 24 hours, get water back in your tank, get some breakfast quickly. And then by the time you finish that and get everything cleaned up, ready to go, because yeah, you're off 24 hours, but you may get called into duty if things blow up. Well, that time ticks away very quickly. So I remember hearing a story of one of our probationary firefighters years ago, where apparently the captain had to go, "Where is so-and-so?" And the crew's like, "I don't know where he's at," because they were all basically still cleaning, getting the rig ready to go. Well, apparently he was way over here, just sort of taking a breather, just what I can't remember what he was doing, whether he's on his phone or something else, but he was by himself, not helping the other teammates out. And the captain's like, "Dude, where are you?" "Well, I'm right here, obviously." "Well, no, we're all working. You need to do that." "Well, I thought we're off today." you're still getting paid, and we got cleanup to do. And I guess reluctantly, he ended up to go work with them. And it's like, this is the challenging part. It's like, we try to teach this of rookies when we hire them. We try to do our best. We can't assume they know the culture of the fire service, but I don't know what it takes in the department, but when you bring on new people, don't assume that they know everything. You know, don't assume they know your culture. Don't assume they understand the words hard work, work ethic, and things like that. So as a company officer, a firefighter, a senior firefighter, an engineer, someone, when you have those new folks, you got to mentor them and train them and correct them as appropriate. Just like if you're a rookie and if you have the common sense to realize, hey, wait a second, what are they all doing over there? Go investigate, figure it out. Some other things, respect seniority and rank. Whether you believe it or not, respect it at least. There's a reason. When someone gets promoted, they took a test. Whether or not you think they earned the promotion is beside the point. They got the position. So respect rank, respect seniority. Occasionally there'll be some people like, well, I don't care. Just because they're senior doesn't make them better than you. No, it doesn't, but respect it at least. If nothing else, it'll help you earn respect with the other individuals. Another point, know your job duties and know them well, not just well, darn well. Also know where to sit and not sit. For example, at the kitchen table. A good probationary firefighter is usually, as I mentioned previously, last to the table, first to get up and help, or not help do dishes, or help if needed. But anyway, the kitchen table is one of those places, very sacred place around the firehouse, which is a very important place to get things done and solve the world's problems. But don't be the first one to sit, because you never know whose seat you're sitting in. I hated it when I was a probie. Not hated, I understood that. Don't get me wrong, I understood seniority and rank. So you would usually, it's like, okay, I know the drill. There's 7 of us on duty. I got 7 chairs. Where do I sit? And most crews are usually pretty good about saying, hey, probie, that's your seat with your back to the TV. I get it. You all get to watch TV. I'm the one that shouldn't be watching TV, so I'll put my back to the TV. Or there's other crews, well, you can sit anywhere, but there, because that's captain's seat. Okay, and then you go to another seat, or there. Well, that's Joe's seat. Or there, that's Tom's seat. Just tell me where to sit. I'll sit anywhere, I don't care, wherever, just tell me. But again, they may be messing with you. There's always a good thing. You may not have heard this before, but if they're messing with you, it means they probably like you, which is not a bad thing. When I say messing, I'm not saying illegal. I'm not saying harassing. I'm not saying bullying. I'm just saying messing with you, having fun in good nature. Again, when good nature crosses the line, that's totally different, uncalled for, inappropriate thing for them to be doing. Unfortunately, those things happen, sad to say. Also, keep a low profile. Keep your opinion to yourself. It used to be in the world that you could have an opinion and share it with others and have others respect your opinion and the ability to agree to disagree. Well, in today's world, it doesn't seem to happen that way, meaning, yeah, you have a right to your opinion, but depending on who your audience is, they'll be the first to tell you, no, your opinion's wrong for whatever reason, because it's not their opinion. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, don't believe me? Post something on social media that's very polarizing, such as maybe politics. Yeah, you'll see where your true friends are. And that's sad that we sometimes have to define our friends by that, but it is amazing how many people I hear of, because of social media, they've had to unfriend people or not even hang out with them anymore because they can't agree to disagree or they can't respect each other's differences. And it's just the world we live in. It's tough. So given that, subjects to talk about when you're at the firehouse, especially the kitchen table, you know, bonding with the crew, bonding with your team, breaking bread with your brothers and your sisters. You can try to keep quiet. You should try to keep quiet, but on the opposite end, be ready to answer questions, because especially if they don't know you, they're going to ask you questions. Oh, so hey, Steve, what did you do before you got here? You know, what did you work beforehand? Well, I just had a paper out. You know, don't say I just had a paper out. You know, never be negative about anything. Well, I had a paper out. I delivered papers here, blah, blah, and I did this. And oh, okay. You know, so be able to talk about yourself comfortably, not bragging or not in an arrogant, cocky way, but be able to talk about yourself, jobs you've held, things you've done volunteer-wise, about your family, about your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, and everything else. But I'm sorry, in today's world, hey, I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want to do. My suggestion is stay away from politics. Just stay away from it because you're not going to win. You may think, well, I'm a Democrat and these other two guys, they got to be Democrats too, because I saw the stickers in the back of their cars that say, you know, whatever, Joe Biden for president 20. Okay. So it's safe to, okay, that may be true, but then what's to say that that bumper sticker on their car, maybe it's not their car, maybe it's their kid's car that they had to borrow for the day, and maybe they're truly a Republican. And then here you are, oh yeah, I think Biden would be a great president for 2020 here. And then next thing you know, the one guy's like, yeah, all right, you're a Democrat, perfect. And then the other guy goes, no, Trump is the one for, and you're like, but that's my kid's car. He's a Democrat. You can't win for losing with politics. Just don't even go there. It's just, yeah, don't even go there. You're not going to win the battle because chances are you're going to offend somebody at some point, or someone's going to jam it down your throat at some point. Maybe not that time and place, but just try to keep your opinions to yourself, because you are going to hear a lot of guys and gals that'll test you. Hey, Steve, what are your thoughts on this? That is a test. If you haven't figured it out, that is a test. And what you say may sink you or boost your stock, but chances are it may sink you. All right, some other suggestions here. Number 13, assist in and around the kitchen, even if not assigned to cook. Now, first of all, I'm a terrible cook. I learned a couple of meals because I knew every firefighter has to have a couple of meals, but usually after cooking a meal or two, the crew's usually like, Steve, is that the best you got? Yeah. How about this? How about you just do dishes and we'll cook? Hey, I'm good with that. I got to contribute somehow. I'll be happy to do that. But even if you're not cooking, be that one that knows when it's time for lunch prep. Know when it's time for dinner prep. Know when to walk into the kitchen, or at least ask the cook, hey, what can I do to help you? And most of the time they'll say, don't even worry about nothing. But you mean, no, that's cool. Can I help you set the table? Can I at least set the table, or can I at least do whatever, or cut the veggies, or get the salad ready or something else? I mean, get the barbecue turned on. I don't know. But be at least offering of assistance. Again, don't wait for them to say, hey, Proby, can I get some help in the kitchen? Oh shit, I didn't realize it's 5:45. Guess what? If you want to have dinner at 6 o'clock, it doesn't magically cook itself. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, so you can't go wrong. And that, again, helps build up teamwork as well, too, and bond with your team. Because a lot of your success as a probationary firefighter, not to mention off probationary firefighters, how well your teammates like you. Because if they don't like you, I don't care if you're the best firefighter out there, the fastest, you can throw a ladder the fastest, pull a hose the fastest, don your SCBA the fastest, but if you're an asshole or a jerk and they don't like you, they don't care about the skills. That's all they're going to remember is you're a jerk, and they're not going to like you. But if they like you, they'll actually tolerate marginal behavior. So be likable, have a good personality, play nicely in the sandbox with others. Because really, why? Remember that the reputation that you establish now will follow you forever, which is a long time, especially if you're in this career for 20, 30 or more years. And that's the sad part is, as I shared earlier, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. I've known lots of great firefighters that they can't shake something they did 20, 30 years ago in the academy, or maybe during the probationary period. And it's like, why is your nickname this? Oh, because it's something stupid I did in the academy. And you're like, oh man, that sucks. But it's like, it is what it is. So you're going to make mistakes by all means. Please make mistakes. That's how we learn. But just try to make sure that don't forget, your reputation is going to follow you forever. Hey, and even into retirement. So as I shared earlier, you don't get a second chance. Well, you don't always get a second chance to make an outstanding positive first impression. So make the first impression actually count and actually mean something. Again, smile on your face, passion, great teammate, be that person they love to be around. So as always, thank you very much for the gift of your time. I look forward to the next episode. Here's my contact information. Please don't hesitate to reach out if I can ever be of assistance to you. So until the next time, be safe,